Hello, and welcome to my presentation. I'll be talking about Maharishi Yoga, Asana, Ayurveda, and Transcendental Meditation. And we'll start right here. Yoga is the complete settling of the activity of the mind. That is Yoga Sutra 1.2. So let's begin. Okay, so for yoga asanas, we want to have an ideal environment. The goal of yoga asana is to prepare the body for meditation, the body and mind. So your ideal environment would be being in a comfortable place, free from distractions. You want to use a firm but soft, comfortable surface, such as a large floor rug, maybe laying down a sheet or blanket to protect it from dirt and sweat. You want the lighting in the atmosphere to be ambient and away from bright, hot sun that may make your practice and meditation uncomfortable. Think of this space as being your sanctuary, a space of your own, free of EMFs, loud noises, and excessive temperatures. Placing plants and crystals around your space can make for a more natural and pleasant atmosphere. Using essential oils diffusers can also add to the tranquility of the environment in your space. And looking at chapter 6, verse 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, Maharishi speaks of the space for meditation is clean and pleasant. So we're preparing our space for meditation, preparing for asana, yoga practice, the postures. The importance of yoga asanas, according to Maharishi, is to keep the body healthy and flexible. Regular physical activity is necessary. Only about 10 minutes twice daily practicing yoga asanas before the transcendental meditation techniques are required to promote health and produce a wonderful feeling of growing mental and physical strength. So that's Maharishi. They are not so much required as, to reach the transcending state of transcendental meditation, but this is a way to prepare the body and open it up to be more relaxed. You want to practice in the following manner. You'll practice asanas easily, comfortably, and naturally without strain or applying any force. You just want to move into the asana to the natural stretch is felt. Let the attention be on the stretch. Breathe normally and naturally throughout the practice. And if any discomfort or pain arise, then rest until the discomfort of physical or mental is gone. Chetanasana, which is corpse pose, can be done at any time, including after each asana. So you always have the option to just rest in between the asanas if you're too strained or, start feeling any stress or pain. During the asanas, it is best to keep the eyes closed if that feels natural, but otherwise the eyes may be open and there should be no effort either way. Twice daily practice of each asana to prepare the mind body for meditation. Now is the teaching of yoga. That's Yoga Sutra 1.1. Okay, so I did a little presentation here for Maharishi Yoga Asanas 1 through 11, which is what we've learned these first 4 weeks. The asana, the benefits, and the dosha. Sukhasana is to sit in a comfortable position. This is your seat. It promotes a calmness and purity of the mind and increases ability to focus attention and strengthens tones and creates flexibility in the spinal column. Improves function of the reproductive system, and it balances vata. In Sankalp, you're going to close your eyes for resolution or prayer. So an intention. Come to your intention for about a minute, bringing the value of settled awareness to the entire physiology. It's calming, it gives purity of mind, it relieves psychological disturbances, and rejuvenates the mind and body. Chetanasana, which is corpse pose. You're going to relax here for 1 to 2 minutes. And you can use in between poses. It replenishes depleted energy, relieves muscular tension, high blood pressure, intestinal gas, insomnia, and it helps balance vata. So the fourth one, Samvahan. It's the toning of the body. It takes about 2 minutes. You're going to start with your head and then your eyes, moving down to your heart, the back of your head, back of your ears, your shoulders to your heart. And here is what you always have to remember. If you are female, you start on the left side. Males on the right. So left, you're going to tone the body. When I'm doing this in practice, I like to say, I love you. 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 It's kind of like a mantra, and it helps you give yourself some love, telling your body, just taking that moment to, just experience the love and the calmness and the union of yourself. So that helps massage the skin, improves blood circulation, regulates blood pressure. It's going to stimulate the nervous system, and it just helps rejuvenate. Velanasana, which is where you bring your knees up to your chest, and you're going to roll females to the left first, all the way around, including your head. So you're going to twist your head like it's an owl, and then you're going to go back the other way. This is done 3 times on each side, and you're going to hold 1 to 2 seconds. It's going to help massage the back, spines, shoulders, and ribs. It helps correct physical deformities, stimulates the nervous system, helps prevent stiffness in the joints, and it just benefits the whole body. Number 6, Padsanchalan. It's 3 to 5 times on each leg, and it's done in a bicycle motion. Again, females start on the left, males on the right. You're going to help improve functioning of the digestive system, strengthening the muscles and joints of the lower body, improving blood circulation. It's beneficial for all the joints, stimulates the nervous system, and it's primary for vata, secondary pitta, and kapha. 7, Pavanmukt Asana. So you'll bring your knee to your chest and hold it there for 10 seconds, alternating left to right and repeating 1 to 3 times. Helps massage the abdomen, relieves stomach ache, benefits the abdominal muscles, improves digestion, useful for eliminating gas from the stomach and intestines, and it's primary vata. There's a lot of air going on there, so vata is air. 8, Utthita Ekapad Asana. So it's raising one leg at a time. You're going to raise your left leg. Females, hold for 10 seconds. Bring it down slowly. Alternate right 3 times. So you're going to alternate 3 times. Helps strengthen the abdominal muscles, increase energy, eliminates imbalance in intestinal and eliminates an elimination function, improves digestion. It's useful to do when you have constipation, and it's beneficial for vata and kapha. Number 9, Sarvangasana. So this is a shoulder stand. You're going to hold it for 10 seconds to 1 minute. It's an inversion, so it helps bring the blood flow to the brain, which we don't often do. You can either do a shoulder stand here if it's comfortable and easy to get up if you have enough core strength, or you can do just legs up the wall pose. This helps relieve psychological disturbances by, again, bringing the rich supply of blood to the brain. It relieves asthma and bronchitis, reverses the normal gravitational pressure on the anal muscles. There you go. Those are important. Tones the spine, neck, abdomen, legs, and female reproductive organs, and is beneficial for pitta and kapha. All right, 10, Katyasana. So this is bridge pose, and there's different variations you can do. Here I grabbed my ankles and And do it 3 to 5 times, and you're going to hold it 5 to 10 seconds each, resting in between. It's beneficial for your nervous system, digestive system, and circulatory system. Strengthens the spine, neck, lower back, and knees, prevents miscarriages, alleviates joint disorders, alleviates skin diseases, and it's good for Vata and Pitta. Then we go into Bhujangasana, which is Cobra Pose. And you're going to repeat this 3 to 5 times, holding for 5 to 10 seconds, keeping your hands below your shoulders and not putting the weight in your hands, but in the lower back and in the front body. So you're just keeping your chest and head off the ground. And it's really like a back bend. So you're going to feel this in your lower back. It helps alleviate all Vata disorders, alleviates diseases of the spinal column and tonsillitis, strengthens liver, pancreas, and spleen. It helps improve your eyesight, and it's beneficial for all 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Some contraindications according to Maharishi, which I don't really agree with all of them, and I'll tell you why. But we do not practice asanas within 3 to 4 hours after a full meal, within 15 to 20 minutes of taking any beverages, during indigestion, during illness where exercise is contraindicated, such as conditions associated with fever. If any discomfort occurs during practice of a particular asana, with any existing medical disorder, without first consulting a doctor. So that includes heart conditions, back problems, joint disorders, sciatica, and during recovery from surgery. I definitely do not agree with the sciatica. I feel that practicing yoga has definitely helped my sciatica because it helps with flexibility and moving the joints and the hips, and it relieves that pressure that pinches against that nerve. Some people might disagree, but I find yoga to be fascinating and so helpful for sciatica. All right, while under the influence of alcohol or non-prescribed drugs, which I completely agree with, I have given many lectures on why we don't drink alcohol while we're practicing asana. I mean, a lot of people think they can fly, and I don't want you hurting me and hurting yourself in my class. So it's a big no. Here he says before 12 years of age, which I don't agree with because many kids around the world practice asana. I teach kids yoga myself. It's very beneficial for kids. We've learned so much about it, and I'm not quite sure why it is a reason not to practice. During pregnancy, except with special instructions and a doctor's advice, which I teach prenatal. So there definitely are some contraindications while you're pregnant, but if you are trained by a professional or licensed or specialized teacher, it'll be okay. And you definitely just do it at whatever you're comfortable with. And then during a woman's monthly cycle, particularly if there is discomfort, and women should be careful with practicing and avoid the inverted poses of 8, 9, and 10. So, because it does have to do with the abdominals and everything's down in that area, ovaries, all that good stuff. Moving on. Ayurveda for healthy yoga and meditation. So, an Ayurvedic dietary protocols work with asanas to promote mental, emotional, and physical well-being by detoxifying and rejuvenating the body, helping to eliminate dis-ease. Yoga asana helps to improve flexibility, strength, and cardiovascular health. Practicing regular helps relieve muscle tension, enhance circulation, and boost immune function. Through movement and breathwork, asana helps produce Agni, the digestive fire, which improves metabolism and gut health, which in return helps calm and balance the nervous system, promoting mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Okay, so we're going to look at the 3 doshas: Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So Vata, so the doshas are our constitutions. Everybody has their own dosha. It's really like Like Ayurveda to me is like old school epigenetics. And now the epigenetics have been like proven, like real scientific research proves that Ayurveda is amazing, because when it's focused on the dosha and the constitution, that is also included in everything around us, the environment, what we put into our body, what we surround ourselves by, the kind of music, the exercise, the air, the food, like epigenetics 5,000 years ago. It's amazing. Okay, let's look at this. Vata, which is, like a thinner body, more of an airy person, a little bit thinner skin. So the elements here, so it's based on the 5 elements. The elements here are space and air. So a Vata person is a little bit airy and up in the space, and the qualities are dry, light, cold, rough, subtle, and mobile. Functions include controls movement and communication. It regulates motion-related bodily functions, including blood circulation, breathing, blinking, and heartbeat. Pitta, which is more of like the fire sign. So it's fire and water, not a sign. The dosha, Pitta. They'll be like your medium build, like always moving, always thinking, like ready to go, got the fire burning, like you can really tell a Pitta person. Redheads, very Pitta. So the elements here are fire and water. The qualities are hot, sharp, light, oily, liquid, and mobile. Functions controls digestion and metabolism, governs the body's ability to transform and metabolize food, water, and air. So you think of that like that digestive fire, that Agni, like the Pitta has a lot of fire, a lot of Agni. And then Kapha. Um, this is a person who's a little more big boned, a little slower, a little more like dreamy, like just sensual. Elements are earth and water. Qualities: heavy, slow, steady, solid, cold, soft, and oily. Can you see a kapha person? Ugh, I love my kapha. Qualities: heavy, slow, steady, solid, cold, soft, and oily. Functions: controls growth and structure. It provides the body with physical form and structure and smooth joint functioning. So I personally am tridoshic and got a little bit of these always. And actually, when I got my epigenetics panel done, it also said that I am tridoshic. So it's in my genes. So for me, it's a little bit different, because I always have to just really, focus on what my body is telling me, what my body wants, what my body's craving. And that's something you got to do with Ayurveda. You really just have to like go inwards. And that's with all these practices, yoga, meditation, pranayama, Ayurveda. It's all about finding yourself, your own rhythms, your own consciousness. I love it. All right. So to integrate asanas in daily practice, we're going to look at dincharya. And dincharya is the Ayurvedic practice of having a daily routine based on your doshas. So there's a whole Ayurvedic clock, and it's based on circadian rhythms, and it's got all the doshas in it and different times for different doshas. Let's see if we can enlarge this any. I don't know if that's working, but okay. Integrating asana and daily routine. It really didn't do anything. Okay, so morning routine. And this says that it's good to arise between 5 and 7 a.m. And that is between Vata and Kapha. They say if you actually arise at like 4 a.m., you should just meditate then, because it's a good time to just get it done with. You're not really doing much during that time. It's very dark, very early, but the ideal time to arise is between 5 and 7 a.m. And then you're going to do your dental routine, your self-massage, your bath, asana, pranayama, transcendental meditation, and a light breakfast. So for my morning practice, my morning routine, I usually arise about 5:23. I just get up, go to the bathroom, go in the bathroom, rinse my mouth out with some water, and then I use my tongue scrubber or scraper. I like to use the copper one. I use an Ayurvedic toothpaste. This one is Aromatherapy. It's really delicious because I don't like mint, and this one is like classic. It's got pilu and neem in it. I actually like the cinnamon one. It's better. And this is pretty tasty. I just found this, but it's a really good mouthwash, and it's Ayurvedic, so it works for me. It's safe, and it gives you up to 12 hours of fresh breath, but I don't know if that's true. All right, so that is my dental routine. I'm not really like a oil massager in the morning. I do after. I have tried it. There's different oils that I have used. I found that I'm actually allergic to sesame, and so that is not a good one for me. Coconut, it's great. I do use a body brush. I try to do it more often, and now that I'm back in school and studying Ayurveda, I'm getting more into these practices. But a body brush is amazing to just stimulate the lymph and to get things moving before you get in the shower. I do use a body brush in the shower, a loofah in the shower, so that helps stimulate as well. And then the light breakfast. So for my breakfast, I don't really eat breakfast. I find that I function better if I don't. But there are days that I have to see clients all day long and have to go for like an hour and a half drive to see them, massage therapist. And so I will sometimes eat breakfast, but I normally just do like a tonic. So in the tonic, and I drink a lot of coffee too. I've actually since I've been starting to meditate, I found that coffee is actually stimulating me more than it used to, and I should probably go to decaf. But I do also make it very healthy. So I will mix a tablespoon of ghee, and I use Shilajit every morning. It's from the Himalayas. It's ancient rainforest that comes up through as goo, and I'll show you. It's kind of hard to open, but it's very gooey. So it's just prehistoric rainforest that's been pushed up through the Himalayas, and you get it, and it's really good for stamina, and it's just really healthy. I'm lost for words right now. I'm focused on other things. All right, so I'll put that in my coffee. Ashwagandha, this is a really good company. Anima Mundi, Aptogenics, so mushrooms. And then this rose is really good too. I love rose. So, or I'll do like a lemon holy basil, tulsi. I'll put that in lemon juice and some water, and I'll just sip on that in the morning. I just found this from the Ukrainian store, and it is actually rose hips, and they're powdered, so they're pretty tasty too. That's a really good for your vitamin C's and for your collagen boost. It's awesome. It makes the water look like this. Looks like tea. It's good. I'll have a drink. All right, so moving on. 10 to 2, which is going to be kapha, moving out of kapha, and 10 to 2 is actually pitta. So during that time, you want to do your daily activity, have your main meal, then you want to rest and digest, and then more activity and work. So, ideal day, and it's actually an ideal day for me too. Most of the time I do my massages in between 10 to 2, 10 to 3. And so I'll eat, either I'll have a snack in between, or I'll eat my big meal at around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And then between 2 and 6 p.m., which is going to be Vata Kapha, you're going to have activity. And that's when you'll do your asanas, your pranayama, and your transcendental meditation. They say that you should socialize here. So, it's just a really active part of the day. It's right before the sun's going down. So that digestive fire is still moving, that heat of the day is still moving, that pitta activity. And so evening routine starts about 6 to 10 p.m. And so that's going to be between, let's see. Well, I got a little hung up on what I was thinking of. Okay, so evening routine between 6 to 10 p.m. It's you're gonna have a light meal before 7 p.m. because you don't want to eat when it's dark out. Do a brief walk, just relax, have pleasant activity with family, and then early bedtime before 10 p.m. So, like before I go to bed, I will do another routine, which is, toothbrushing, mouth cleaning, drink some water. I usually put a little salt in my water so I can absorb it easier. And then I will do this is when I do my oil massage. It's actually like an abdominal oil massage. And I use castor oil and I put it in my belly button and on my abdominals and on my ovaries and back on my liver. And then I will take a pack and wrap it around it. And that helps with digestive issues, that helps with inflammation. And I'll just sleep with a heating pad on and sleep with that through the night. Actually, I'll do it for 21 days at a time. And after those 21 days, you actually start to lose your stomach. It looks a little flatter. You're more regular when it comes to going to the bathroom. It's really good for you. But if you have issues with castor oil, you probably shouldn't do it. All right, so eating for your dosha. Ayurvedic food is medicine, so you need to eat according to your dosha to restore balance and optimize well-being. So adapting mindful eating practices is really important when it comes to Ayurveda. You want to eat in a calm and peaceful environment, free from distractions. You want to chew your food thoroughly to aid with digestion. Eat at regular intervals while avoiding snacking. Pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Only eat to satiate. Eat at specific times during the day based on your dosha clock. Eating your breakfast during kapha phase between 6 and 10 a.m. Your lunch, which is the largest meal of the day, during pitta time of 10 to 2. Eat a small dinner towards the end of the Vata phase of 2 to 6 or before the sunset around 7 p.m. at the beginning of kapha phase. Avoiding snacking or any food intake when it's dark out. Including Ayurveda, superfoods such as turmeric, ashwagandha, and ghee that are nutrient dense with great health benefits, which support digestion and build up immunity and overall vitality. So I also do a turmeric supplement every morning because it helps with pain as well, and it helps with inflammation. So it helps with my hands from overuse, from typing and from massaging. And it helps with my sciatica from standing and moving and driving. It's just really good herb. Definitely turmeric and ashwagandha and ghee are in my daily routine. You want to focus on balancing your agni, and that's that digestive fire. And you don't want to overeat. And you want to consume only fresh prepared meals, incorporating spices and sipping on water, warm water throughout the day. Specific dietary recommendations for your dosha include, for Vata, you want warm grounding foods such as cooked greens, root vegetables, and nourishing soups. Avoid excessive cold and raw foods. For Pitta, cooling foods such as fresh fruits, leafy greens, and cucumber. Minimize spicy and oily foods. Kapha, warm and light foods such as steamed vegetables, legumes, and spices like ginger and black pepper. I used to be a vegan and vegetarian, and when I lived in New Orleans, our yoga studio had a cafe, Good Karma Cafe, and it was Krishna food. So it was a lot of recipes taken out of the Hare Krishna book. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I can go get it. Okay, so here are two really delicious cookbooks. This one is the Krishna cookbook. It's a guide to gourmet vegetarian cooking and a karma-free diet. So it's Hare Krishna recipes called The Higher Taste. And then this one is amazing. The Healing Cuisine, India's Art of Ayurvedic Cooking by Harish Johari. Both amazing recipes in there. And the school offers them too. MIU has really good cookbook they gave us at the beginning of the semester. All right, here we are. So the difference between yoga and asana. The thing is that asana is only one limb of the 8 limbs of yoga. And so when you're practicing yoga, it's actually living like a yogic lifestyle. And to experience yoga, there's actually 8 limbs before you actually reach yoga. So asana is just your seat, how you sit in life, how you show up, how you practice, and how you pose. Let's see. So let's go over the 8 limb path of yoga. All right. Number 1, yama. Ethical codes and restrictions on behavior towards others, including 1, ahimsa, which is non-harming, 2, satya, which is truthfulness, 3, astaya, non-stealing, 4, brahmacharya is sexual continence, 5, aparagarya, non-hoarding and greedlessness. Limb 2, niyama. This is your personal observances on self. 1, sacha, purity and cleanliness. 2, santosha, which is contentment. 3, tapas, which is purification, self-discipline, and austerity. 4, svadhyaya, self-study, divine literature, and repetition. Svadhyaya. I don't think I'm saying it right. 5, ishvara, pranidhana, is devotion to God. For that svadhyaya, it's the self-study, divine literature, and repetition. I don't know if I said that. I'm saying it again. 3, this is the asana. So the 3rd limb of yoga is asana. It's the practice of postures. It's also your seat, your posture, your steady connection to the earth. Discovery of importance to embrace change in the body and mind. And it clears the pathways through which prana flows. So 4 is pranayama, which is the practice of breath control. Prana equals life force. Yama is the restriction. And ayama is to set it free. So you're taking that life force and you're grabbing it and you're letting it go. So just controlling the breath. Breath awareness and conscious movement of energy towards enlightenment. You're going to practice pranayama before sunrise and sunset, and it's beneficial after asana, and before meditation. I used to practice Kundalini yoga, and pranayama. There's a lot of different techniques, and then there's all this other stuff you get into, like bondies and you'll see. Okay. Like the body locks. So actually locking up different parts of your body to hold in that prana And I guess that's really where Kundalini comes from. All right, number 5, fifth limb of yoga, a path of yoga, is pratyahara, the withdrawal of the contact of the senses with the objects of the world. The preparation for concentration and meditation through practice of pulling senses inward towards the source. Provides a bridge from the outer to the inner practice, and it's the journey from outward fixations to inner revelations. So this, I believe, is where the mantra comes in for um, transcendental meditation, because you're focusing on the mantra and you're withdrawing everything away from you so that you're more inward and focused inward and not outward. And focusing on that mantra helps you get rid of all that other stuff. All right. Number 6, dharana. It's the sustained concentration that leads to meditation. So this is the focus of the mind uninterruptedly for long periods of time. It's disengaging from mind chatter, which is that chitta. You may lose concentration now and then, but able to bring attention back to the object of focus each time attention wanders. So again, saying that mantra in your mind and just letting everything go, you know, the bottom of the ocean where the waves are up there and you're just coming into that silent awareness. 7, dhyana. So you notice these 3 are all about meditation. It's like preparing the body for meditation. 7, dhyana is the fixed meditative state. So this is the transcending state. It's absorption, continuous focus of attention without an object in mind. So this is when you lose that mantra, you lose a sense of time. It's effortless concentration. It feels as if no time is passing by. It's uninterrupted one-pointedness. Again, that Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, the one-pointed mind, sitting in that seat and meditating. It's transcending. So dhyana is transcending. And number 8, this is yoga. Samadhi. It is the union with the divine, experience of non-difference between the seer and the seen. It's self-realization, the realization of oneness of existence, superconsciousness, ecstasy, bliss, enlightenment. This is yoga. So it takes all these other limbs to get to yoga, and asana is just the third. So once you go through all these practices and you experience the meditative state of mind, and then you start to transcend, then you reach samadhi, bliss. And that's the goal of yoga. All right, let's see what Maharishi has to say about yoga and transcendental meditation. Let me get this closer to the sound. All right.
Advice is to continue yoga on the physical level and start and continue yoga on the mental level and start to continue yoga on the intellectual level and live in daily life yoga on the self level. On all levels of life, physical, mental, intellectual, and on the level of transcendental being, on all levels, yoga will help to progress in every way, in every field of life. Yoga means unity. Unity is more and more bringing unified wholeness in the field of diversity. And one of the yoga sayings says that yoga is superior action, a better quality of action. When you want, then you practice yoga. Practice yoga, practice yoga. And yoga on all levels, all of Transcendental meditation is all yoga. I had to call it transcendental meditation, a new name, because I felt yoga has been commonly understood in terms of physical exercises. That is also a yoga on the, but it's a level of its own. Then mental yoga, intellectual yoga, and then the self-referral yoga, self-referral consciousness, unified field of all the laws of nature, the field of consciousness, which is more basic to all the physical evolutions. You know? Yoga is a good word, but it should be properly understood, practiced, and the result will be holistic evolution of life.
Okay, that was a video on YouTube of Maharishi. So, Maharishi on Yoga and Transcendental Meditation.
Suffering abides in weakness.
And it was on transcendentalmeditation.org. Let's put this back here. Okay, moving on. Oh, he's such a cool guy. So, Asana Transcendental Meditation backed by science. There was a study done on the effects of Maharishi Yoga Asanas on mood states, happiness, and experiences during meditation. The aims and objectives were the study was to assess the effects of Maharishi Yoga Asanas on mood states, degrees of happiness, and experiences in TM. The method, all students were given 2 psychological tests and additional questions before and after their 4-week course: POMS, meditation depth questionnaire, and question about the degree of happiness. The results were repeated measures. MANOVA showed the 4-week Maharishi Yoga Asanas course resulted in significant increase in happiness during the day and significant improvements in 1, sense of personal self, 2, transpersonal qualities, and 3, transpersonal self during their TM practice. The conclusion is this research shows that Maharishi Yoga Asanas affect more than body and mind. Rather, they influence much deeper levels of one's subjectivity, including one's transpersonal self. And I agree with this. I have only been practicing TM for 5 to 6 weeks. I can't say that I've really transcended yet, but I have experienced a sense of loss of time. I can actually sit for 20 minutes and not get bored. At one point, I was actually getting really tired of my mantra because it brings my last names together. And it really just, I got stuck on that. I was tripping out on it, like my maiden names. So there's that. And then I was also dealing with a lot of stress. And I think my body just had to rid itself of that because I was sitting and literally falling asleep and waking myself up with snores. I mean, and I would wake up after, I don't even know if I was really asleep or if that was just part of it because I did the 20 minutes on my timer. It does help me feel rejuvenated. I have not been doing it twice daily every day, but I usually do that about 4 or 5 times a week, especially on weekends because I have more time when I'm not taking my kids to and from school or practices or whatever we're doing, or I'm not driving long distances to see clients. So I have really felt a difference, though, in my own personal being from meditating, from transcending, and I am super excited to start feeling all the benefits that I hear so many people talk about. I'm excited. All right, so let's talk about aromatherapy and yoga. This here is some stuff I copied from a handout that Dr. Viktoria Luhaste gave us in class for the Lesson 1.3, enhancing yoga practice with aromatherapy. She says aromatherapy can significantly enhance your yoga practice by creating a pleasant, uplifting, and settled environment. Essential oils can deepen your relaxation, elevate your mood, and refine your emotional space. I personally love lavender. It's like the jackknife of all tools, the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. And again, Anima Mundi's got a good one. Our local Coco Con is amazing. This has actually been proven to help with burn victims and reduce and remove scarring. I put it on myself as soon as I get a burn, and it's so soothing. It benefits some of the benefits are calming, stress relief, promotes relaxation, improves sleep quality. I take it, I ingest it, I put it all over me. My son loves it. Everybody loves it. Like, lavender is just amazing. And you can do it that way, or you can just put it in your hands, taking 3 deep breaths. Essential oils are one of the only components that actually goes beyond the blood-brain barrier. And if you put it on the back of your neck, it's like instantly into that part of your brain, like gets absorbed and through the blood system. It's amazing. They're amazing. I'm a massage therapist, so I use them all the time. Here I have frankincense, benefits grounding, promotes a sense of peace, and supports meditation. Frankincense is also really good for your skin, and you can take it, drink it, and it helps as a supplement as well. Rose, which is one of my favorites, and this is actually an inexpensive one that I got online. They also have the oh my God, it just makes me so happy. They also have the blue lotus that I use for meditation and intuition. I have some here, and this is actually in a carrier oil, so you can put it in carrier oil and just, put it behind your ears, your heart, forehead, wherever. A carrier oil is best, especially for using it on kids, or if you have very sensitive skin. And a lot of these need carrier oils because, especially the rose, it's freaking expensive. So you don't want to be like just putting a drop here and there when a drop can like actually be like half this bottle and you'd still get the same smell and benefits. I put lemon oil in my teas as well. It helps just like lemon does. All right, various ways to use your essential oils is in a diffuser, which I talked about at the very beginning, and you could just set that up in your room and while you're meditating. Topical, so you dilute them, put them on. You can put them in a cotton ball or tissue and just smell them whenever you need it. Like, put it in your shirt while you're practicing and smell it then. You could use it as a mat spray. It's really good to clean your mats, your yoga mats. Yeah, essential oils are amazing. And I definitely recommend looking into them and just testing out what's best for you. Definitely you need to get from a reputable company that's safe, and they always have to be therapeutic grade. I think that's it. I'm definitely went over my 10 minutes. So, namaste. Yoga becomes firmly established through regular and respectful practice for a long time. And that is Yoga Sutra 1.14. So I think I answered all the questions. If there's anything else, just let me know what I missed. All right. Namaste. Thank you.